On the Wednesday, June 25th, 2025, episode of The Young and the Restless, Phyllis made her big pitch to Cain. Damien and Lily played games with each other. Meanwhile, back in Genoa City, Adam and Chelsea strategized. After Cain's guests had all retired for the night, Amanda checked in with her boss. The legal eagle told him she was sorry that the evening didn't go as he had hoped. Cain thanked Amanda for arranging the gala. She was relieved that she didn't have to keep his identity as Dumas a secret anymore. Amanda asked Cain if her suspicion that he had more secrets was correct or not. Cain revealed to Amanda that he indeed had a few more surprises for his guests. Amanda said the guests were all blown away by Cain's entrance, except for Victor. Amanda noted the only response Cain appeared to care about was Lily's. Cain pointed out that they'd always be connected by their kids, Maddie and Charlie. He theorized Lily just needs more time to process everything. Cain said Devin has urged Lily to leave for Genoa City. Amanda said Devin is very protective of the people he loves. She told Cain she didn't want to discuss her ex. Cain noted a storm was on its way. That may prevent his guests from leaving. Cain noted that Victor has always been a hard sell, but he's determined to get Chancellor Industries from Victor. Amanda said she was there to protect Cain from a game she felt he could not win. Victor's a formidable foe, Amanda said. Do not underestimate him. Cain pointed out that Victor was dealing with Aristotle before. Now he's dealing with Cain. Then Phyllis appeared and announced she'd never underestimate Cain. Amanda asked Phyllis if she had been eavesdropping. Phyllis stated she was all about respecting privacy. "Since when?" Cain quipped. Phyllis asked to speak to Cain. He wanted to wait till the morning. Phyllis asked for 15 minutes to give Cain an elevator pitch. Phyllis pointed out that Cain wouldn't have allowed her to come unless he wanted to work with her. Amanda stood in between Phyllis and her boss. "Okay, Phyllis, you can have 10 minutes of my very valuable time," Cain told the persistent redhead. Phyllis said she was going to make both her and Cain a drink to toast to their new partnership. She said the whole Aristotle charade was impressive. Phyllis pointed out that the power dynamic had shifted in Genoa City tremendously since he was last there. Cain noted Victor still ran Newman, and Jack operated Jabot. Phyllis said she could help Cain get back into Genoa City in ways that Amanda couldn't. As she travels legal avenues, Cain asked Phyllis how she could help him get Chancellor. Phyllis said that if she'd been running Chancellor Industries, Jill never would have sold it. Phyllis said this was all about what's best for Chancellor, and, as she's the best, it's about her. Phyllis told Cain she'd put Amanda in a top position at Chancellor Industries, but not as an attorney. The fiery redhead insisted she was not desperate. She said there was no fear in her and invited Billy to take a whiff. He passed. Cain did agree that Amanda would make a great executive. Phyllis suggested to Billy that if he got Chancellor from Victor, they'd be in business. Cain countered he had a different plan in mind. Phyllis asked Cain what his endgame was. He responded that it was his practice not to tip his hand. Phyllis assured that anything he told her would die with him. Cain told Phyllis he admired her ambition. He teased that maybe there was a place for her in his organization, but he'd have to sleep on it. Cain advised Amanda and Phyllis about the storm possibly coming. Then, Phyllis thanked Amanda. In turn, Amanda asked Phyllis what the hell was wrong with her for jeopardizing her job. Meanwhile, a restless Lily flashed back to an argument with Cain about Colin and whether or not their kids, Charlie and Maddie, should see him. Cain wanted his dying father to be given a chance to show that he'd changed. Back to the present, Lily got out of bed, put on a robe, and left her cabin. Lily entered the main cabin and found Damien also awake. He pointed out that she couldn't sleep either. Damien pointed out that the wine that Dumas provided was very expensive. Lily said to Damien that he meant Cain. Damien asked if Cain's dramatic entrance was what had woken Lily up at this late hour. Lily confirmed that it was. She added that Damien and Devin were correct about leaving. Damien pointed out how protective Devin is of Lily. She added that her talking to Cain was a complete waste of time, even though Cain thinks there's a window to reconciliation. "The sooner I'm away from Cain, the better," Lily stated. Damien said that there were some puzzles during this trip. "Oh, you didn't like the life-sized maze?" Lily quipped. Damien wondered if Lily was in distress when she cried out. Lily said she was. Damien said that Cain is a go big or go home type of guy. Lily semi-snarked that she had chosen the latter. Damien noted that Lily used to love Cain. "Of course I did," Lily said. Lily feared Cain was determined to become just like his dad. Damien said he was happy to listen to her. Lily said she was looking for a distraction. Damien joked he'd been called worse. He wanted to know what he could do to take his mind off her troubles. Damien noted a knife collection in the train cabin and picked up an impressive blade. He asked Lily if Cain was into knives. "Not when we were together," Lily responded. Then, Damien presented some cards to Lily and asked what game she'd like to play. She suggested poker over his playful suggestion of crazy eights. Damien said Lily's luck was about to change. Soon, Lily had won another hand with a straight over Damien's 3 jacks. Damien quipped by the time the sun came up, she'd be paying him. He said he played lots of card games while growing up. Damien said his parents, Jackson and Amy, played a lot of cards, but they never held a grudge. Lily said that she and Devon played Monopoly a lot. Damien said that sounded like Cain, as he has deeds to a lot of properties. Lily said that sometimes she and Cain would play poker when the kids were sleeping. After Lily won their next game, Damien suggested they try something else. They switched to Go Fish, which opened the door to victory for Damien. Lily insisted on dealing the next hand so she could turn her luck around. Back in Genoa City, Chelsea dropped by Adam's office to suggest they knock off work and have dinner. Adam stated that someone was making big moves in local real estate, and he suspected that person was Aristotle Dumas. Next, Chelsea and Adam, who was on his cell phone a lot, grabbed a bite at society. Adam admitted that he was less concerned about what Victor was going to do to him than what Dumas was going to do to Victor. Adam revealed that someone was buying up real estate in downtown Genoa City. He added that those buildings were within walking distance of Newman Enterprises, Chancellor Industries, and Jabot Cosmetics. Adam said the company that's buying up the properties is owned by Dumas. Adam said if he can't get a hold of Victor, then it's up to him to find out what Dumas is up to. Chelsea supportively interjected that it was up to them. Chelsea suggested they wait till the morning to figure this all out. Adam apologized for being so distracted. Chelsea said that Connor wants Victor and Nikki to throw a 4th of July party with his friends. She pointed out that their son wanted to invite some girls to that gala. Adam noted that Connor had come a long way with his OCD. Adam added that he wanted to warn Victor of the real estate threat that was happening. Chelsea suggested that the best way to make Victor less angry was to dig up dirt on Dumas's business dealings. Chelsea lamented not being able to reveal Dumas's identity as Tucker to Victor, as that turned out not to be the case. She theorized that Victor did know Dumas's identity. Chelsea said this all started to sound like an Agatha Christie novel. Adam said Chelsea may know about mysteries, but he knows real estate. Adam said these properties in question all surround Jabot and Newman. Chelsea pointed out that you surround an enemy before you go in for the kill. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. We had to find out from this revealing preview video that Cain had invited Chance to his party in Nice, and suddenly we've found ourselves concerned that he may never make it back home to Genoa City. Young and restless Connor Floyd, who has played the role of Chance Chancellor since 2021, is set to leave the CBS Sudzer and has already started filming on another soap. Floyd is headed to Days of Our Lives to take on the role of Chad DiMera, left vacant by Billy Flynn, who is now playing a recast Cain Ashby on Y&R. While we're happy for Floyd landing such a juicy part, the news also got our hackles up and our soapy senses a tingle, knowing that Young and Restless will have to find a way to write off Chance. They could, of course, just keep the character off screen, mentioning the cop whenever a crime is committed, as they did with Paul Williams, but new developments suggest that won't be the case. We weren't the only ones puzzled by Chance's invitation to the French Riviera. The other guests were just as perplexed. We all know Ashby wants Chancellor Industries, but Chance is no longer associated with the company and wouldn't be much help in acquiring it. It wasn't long until we got an answer, however, and a totally unexpected and shocking one at that. Cain told Chance that he had brought him there as a detective, as he believed that before the week was out, someone would try to murder him. It's difficult to imagine who among the gathered guests would have it in for Cain on such an extreme level. There must be more to this story. Perhaps it has something to do with the bad news Adam is about to deliver to Victor, or maybe one of his late father's gangster associates is after him. Regardless, now the only thing between Cain and possible death is Chance. It's not a great place to be, especially when the character in question is poised to leave the canvas because the actor playing him has left the soap. Might Chance get himself killed in the line of duty whilst protecting Cain? Is Young and Restless planning to write off Chance permanently? If so, poor Nina. It wouldn't hurt to prepare yourselves, folks, because there's a decent chance the soap is about to close the chapter on one of the last remaining chancellors. A totally imaginary look at what these Y&R characters were thinking in France. We all know that characters never really say what they mean on daytime television. That's what makes The Young and the Restless a classic soap opera. But you're in luck, because Soap Hub can totally read their minds. For the Wednesday, June 25th, episode 8, we pretended we were given a glimpse into the minds of some of your favorites. What were Nikki, Lily, Michael, Chance, and others really thinking? Find out below. Got a sizzling fan theory? Email amber@soaphub.com. Yours could be our next hot topic. Do you have some of your own ideas about what the characters were really thinking as they all gathered for this mysterious event? Let us know in the comments below. Cain invited everyone for what appears to be a murder mystery. Cain invited most of Genoa City for a good reason. He has a feeling that someone wants to murder him on The Young and the Restless. This storyline is about to turn into a potential whodunit. But who would be out for blood? Here are our 3 possible targets. Cain gathered GC's elite not for a party, but for a murder mystery. Everyone is showing up to this event, even Chance. Cain wants to get to the bottom of this mystery before it turns into a murder. He wants to know who wants to get rid of him for good. Could it be Victor? He wasn't surprised that it was Cain who kept this identity going for so long. We have a feeling that these two are about to become longtime archenemies. But why would Victor want Cain gone? That's a good question. Lily probably has many more reasons as to why she would like Cain to be dead. After all, he left her and their family stranded. He's lied to her and tricked her for years. He pretended to be his evil twin, Caleb. We found out about Lily and Cain's meetings in the past. Needless to say, it didn't go down well. Does Lily have a hit out for Cain? He might want to keep one eye open at night. This would be an interesting twist we didn't see coming. Let's not forget about Adam, even though everyone else already has. The Y&R spoilers suggested that he was going to show up at the party of the year and expose Cain. Does Adam have a clue as to who Aristotle Dumas is? Maybe he's been keeping this secret from everyone, even Chelsea. But what would Adam want from Cain, and why would he want him dead? What are your thoughts? Do you think someone wants to murder Cain, or do you think he's paranoid? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. June on The Young and the Restless felt busy from the very first episode of the month until the last. Viewers watched a steady parade of familiar faces file through Nikki Newman's birthday bash, then hop over to a fancy soiree in France, all while new players found their marks at Chancellor Winters and Crimson Lights. Longtime characters kept stories moving, but behind them stood an ever-shifting guest roster that made every week feel fresh. The casting shuffle spread across 4 separate release weeks, each one packed with its own headline. Early June opened with a star-studded party sequence. Mid-June delivered a secretive newcomer whose arrival raised eyebrows. Late June finished with more reunions abroad. Taken together, the month offered one of the richest guest lists the show has fielded this year. Abby rejoined the story on the first Monday of the month, lending family support during Nikki's party, and again on June 24th in France. Her scenes bridged the gap between Newman and Chancellor Winters' businesses, proving she remains a key link between the two clans. Davidson stepped back in on June 2nd and 3. Ashley's sharp eye for company politics raised tension inside the Abbott household. Cole's brief visit on the same 2 dates let him reconnect with Victoria and daughter Claire. His easy charm hinted at future Abbott Newman story sparks on The Young and the Restless. Esther popped up twice, serving cake at Nikki's celebration during week 1, then pouring coffee at Crimson Lights on June 26th while trading warm words with Victoria and Claire. Esther's late-month visit to Crimson Lights brought comic relief as she traded gossip with Victoria and Claire. The double appearance bookended the month nicely. The longtime pair returned June 13th, picking up right where they left off in January. Their joint screen time reminded fans why this duo still clicks. A second appearance of Danny aired June 18th, focused on fatherly wisdom for Daniel. The moment also featured a musical callback that pleased longtime viewers. Swan debuted on June 6th as the notorious villain Ian Ward's lookalike, then resurfaced on June 9th, opposite Mariah. The double-take gimmick brought suspense, as characters wondered whether the cult leader had somehow escaped justice. Amy visited on June 13th and teamed up with son Damien for a private chat about Newman media turmoil. Her calm presence steadied Damien during a rough patch. Fairbanks clocked appearances on June 6th, 9, and 18. Tessa's music career blended with motherhood drama, giving Mariah new scenes that balanced song talk and childcare worries. It also involved a storyline focusing on their relationship problems due to Mariah's secret. Flynn finally debuted on The Young and the Restless on June 20th. The mystery around his true identity fueled speculation. Whether he is Aristotle or an undercover Cain, his French mansion scenes set the stage for corporate intrigue. Carter resurfaced June 19th and 20th as Flynn's right-hand man, fielding calls from Lily and Devon while guarding company secrets. His steady screen time hints at a lengthier arc. Amanda's story pressed forward on June 25th when she met with Aristotle over contract terms. Her legal mind promised a courtroom angle down the line on The Young and the Restless. Chance turned heads on June 24th in France, sharing light banter with Abby before talking shop with Aristotle. His police background makes him an ideal watchdog for any shady dealings. The lively party planner wrapped his stint after Nikki's birthday scenes in early June. His eye-catching flair gave the gala a stylish finish. Pietro's duty concluded once Nikki's bash faded into memory. The designer checked out of Genoa City after delivering a party that residents will likely reference for months. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Cain Ashby is officially back, and while he may look a bit different, he's still ready to bring on the drama. That's because Cain is now being played by former Days of Our Lives star Billy Flynn, who's created a unique spin on the established character. Actress Christelle Khalil, who played Cain's on-screen love interest for many years, recently talked to TV Insider about the character's recast and revived storyline. Khalil tells TV Insider that Y&R's head writer and executive producer Josh Griffith kept Flynn's role on the show under a tight lid for a long while. The actress states, "I didn't realize they were bringing Cain back until a week or two before he started." She adds that she was quite excited at the thought of Ashby returning, as he was a great character. Of course, Ashby was played by Daniel Goddard from 2007 to 2019. And the actor is currently on General Hospital, playing the mysterious Port Charles University professor, Hank Henry Dalton. Still, as it's been 6 years since Cain has interacted with anyone in GC, and Khalil tells TV Insider, "It doesn't feel like we're trying to have someone step in Daniel Goddard's shoes. It's pretty much an entirely new character. Too, it's been interesting to have scenes because we have the history there, but it's a little bit different." She adds, it's almost a little bit of a new relationship again, in a way." Khalil goes on to note that as of this moment, a romantic reunion is out of the question, although Cain did suggest that he was interested during the Tuesday, June 24th episode. But Lily is not entertaining this thought, and Khalil reveals that she's quite disturbed by his behavior and parading around under the alias of Aristotle Dumas for years. Mix in the fact that he was working with his dad, Colin Atkinson, and Lily pretty much wants nothing to do with her ex. With that said, Khalil is hoping that fans will give Flynn, the new Cain recast, a chance. She says, "At the end of the day, it's not going to be the same Cain. It's a completely different person, and I really hope that everybody gives Billy a chance and tries to look at the character through new eyes, because it is a new person. And honestly, it's a new character. She adds that Flynn is nothing like Goddard, which is the point. To make an old character new again. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for Wednesday, June 25th, reveal some interesting moments in the land of Genoa City. Someone runs interference, while a super couple makes a discovery, and a character leans on a new friend. What's set to unravel during Wednesday's show? Time to find out. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for Wednesday, June 25th, indicate that as Amanda Sinclair knows Phyllis Summers so well, she'll be the best person to run interference where the redhead is concerned. The drama has hit fever pitch in France during Cain Ashby Aristotle Dumas's party, and instead of reading the room, Phyllis seems more adamant than ever to befriend Cain. Even if this means crossing a line or two to get there. Still, can Amanda stop her friend before Phyllis ruins her chances of working with Cain? Back in Genoa City, it sounds like Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson will do a little digging and discover something. A preview clip circulated during the week of June 1620, showing Adam arriving in France, frantic to tell his father, Victor Newman, something about Dumas that he's found. It was news his father wasn't going to like. Will Chelsea and Adam figure out that Dumas is Cain? Or is this about something else about Dumas that they've uncovered? Finally, The Young and the Restless, spoilers for Wednesday, note that Lily Winters will lean on her new friend, Damian Cain. Lily has been reeling since she found out that Dumas was her ex-husband and father of her children, Cain Ashby and Damien, along with Devon Hamilton Winters, has been by her side since. Still, it sounds like Damien will listen to Lily vent about her ex's antics, but could these two also move from the friends zone into something more? What are you looking forward to most for Wednesday's show? Comment below. In the recent episode of the CBS soap opera, The Young and the Restless, aired on June 25th, 2025, Lily Winters tried to escape the Cain drama and found comfort talking with Damian Cain on the train. They played card games and shared thoughts, but Damian also found Cain's knife collection, raising concerns. Lily made it clear she planned to leave Nice soon, so Cain wouldn't get the wrong idea. Meanwhile, Cain met with Amanda and was later joined by Phyllis, who pushed her way into the meeting. Cain shared his plans for Genoa City, and while Amanda stayed cautious, Phyllis made bold suggestions. Cain seemed interested, but chose to think it over. Back in Genoa City, Adam and Chelsea discovered someone was quietly buying up properties near Newman, Jabot, and Chancellor. With Victor still unreachable, they worried Dumas had already started making moves in Genoa City, and the plan was bigger than they first thought. Lily on The Young and the Restless couldn't sleep after seeing Cain again, so she walked around the train and ran into Damien, who was also awake. While looking for cards, Damien found Cain's knife collection and studied one of the blades with interest and slight concern. Lily beat Damien at poker, so they switched to go fish for fun. During the game, Lily shared her plan to leave Nice in the morning, not wanting Cain to think she wanted to get back together. Damien listened and gave her the support she needed. Cain on The Young and the Restless met with Amanda to discuss his strategy and made it clear he wasn't done making moves. Amanda warned him not to underestimate Victor, but Cain said Victor had already done that before and was doing it again. Their talk was interrupted when Phyllis showed up, full of energy. She ignored Cain's request to wait until morning and jumped into her pitch, saying she could help him fit back into Genoa City and even take over Chancellor. She also suggested that Amanda become an executive. Cain commented that Amanda did not like her current job, but stayed calm. Phyllis pushed her own ideas, which felt risky, but Cain liked her boldness and said he'd think about it overnight. After Cain left, Amanda confronted Phyllis. She was angry that Phyllis mentioned her in a business plan without asking, risking her job. Amanda asked if Phyllis had ever thought about how her actions affected others, but Phyllis stood by her ideas with confidence. Their tense exchange showed growing cracks in their relationship, with both women facing risks as Genoa City's future remained uncertain. At Newman Media on The Young and the Restless, Chelsea saw that Adam was worried as he couldn't contact Victor. Later at dinner, Adam told her someone was secretly buying a lot of property in Genoa City. The locations were close to Newman, Jabot, and Chancellor, and it all linked back to Arabesque. Adam believed Dumas wasn't just targeting Europe. The real plan was happening in GC while everyone was distracted abroad. With Victor still missing, Adam and Chelsea worked together and realized this could be the start of a major takeover. Will Jill return to set Cain straight? It's time to have some fun. Cain made his triumphant return on The Young and the Restless. He finally revealed that he was the man of the moment, known as Aristotle Dumas. But there's someone who might not be happy about what he's doing. We're talking about his mother, Jill. Cain came blazing through. He felt free now that he was no longer known as Aristotle Dumas. However, no one was impressed. They wanted to know why Cain had been playing this game for so long. Needless to say, no one found this charade funny. They've been demanding answers from Cain, a lot of which he has to answer to. Billy also wonders what this means for him. After all, Cain is his half-brother. They share a mother, Jill. Once she catches word of her son's comeback and the mess he's created, she won't be happy. We could see Jill pulling Cain by the ear and asking him what he's doing. Jill could explode. There's one fan who had a say on this matter. One fan, Richard Garcia, came up with an idea about Walton's return. She might show up to the party that suddenly everyone has been invited to. Her head will blow once she finds out what's going on. Meanwhile, Billy is still upset over Jill and Cain's relationship, which was revealed in a recent episode. But that could all change. Jill might see Cain differently despite supporting him all these years. This could change Billy and Cain's relationship. Over the years, Jill treated Cain like a son while telling Billy that he was always wrong. The tables could turn, and Jill will want to put a stop to Cain's relentless schemes. We would love to see Walton reprise her role. Victor Newman has ruled Genoa City's business boardrooms and living room screens on The Young and the Restless since 1980. Yet the tycoon's proudest assets remain the 4 children who keep his name front and center. Victor Newman, played by Eric Braeden, built Newman Enterprises from scratch, but he also built a family that drives much of the soap's drama. His offspring, 2 daughters and 2 sons, came from different relationships and carry very different temperaments. The number sometimes confuses casual viewers because Victor's marriages, annulments, and brief flings stretched more than 4 decades. Storylines have teased miscarriages, switched DNA tests, and even rumors of secret heirs. Yet as of now, the confirmed total remains 4. Below is a clear, factual look at each child's origin and current standing in Genoa City lore. Victor Newman has 4 acknowledged biological children: Victoria and Nicholas, with Nikki Reed Newman, Abby with Ashley Abbott, and Adam with the late Hope Adams. No verified paternity twists have added to this figure since Adam's reveal, and current scripts reference only these 4 as direct heirs. Their paths shape much of Genoa City's drama. Each thread ties back to Victor's enduring influence, ensuring the Newman family remains central to the show's future arcs. Victoria Nicole Newman was born on-screen in 1982 as the first child of Victor and Nikki Reed. Her childhood blended country club privileges with the chaos of her parents' breakups. By the early 1990s, rapid aging turned her into a teenager who mixed ambition with rebellion. Victoria has served as chief executive, launched beauty lines, and battled Victor in court, only to share a quiet drink with him the next night. Her marriages to Ryan McNeil, Cole Howard, J.T. Hellstrom, Billy Abbott, and Ashland Locke mixed romance with corporate fallout, which became the core of her major storylines. Victoria has 4 children through these relationships: Claire Grace by Cole, Reed Hellstrom by J.T., Katie Abbott, and Johnny Abbott, Billy's son, whom she adopted as her own. She is still at Newman Enterprises, steering deals that echo her father's style yet adding her touch. Nicholas Christian Newman was born on December 31, 1988. When Victoria chased the top chair, Nick often looked for a simpler lane. High school romance with Sharon Collins painted him as the everyday Newman, though he never strayed far from family drama. The loss of his teenage daughter, Cassie, marked a turning point, pushing Nick into battles with guilt, new love, and his father's expectations. He opened the underground nightclub, walked away from the office, but then raced back to protect the company when needed. Nick's bond with Victor swings from loyal son to outspoken critic, but their respect usually finds its way back. Adam Newman spent his early years on a Kansas farm with his mother, Hope Wilson. Learning as an adult that Victor was his father ignited a long-running feud. Adam's history includes forging diaries, engineering hostile takeovers, switching babies, and faking his demise. Yet flashes of conscience keep him from pure villain status. Adam remains the wild card, sometimes protecting the Newman name, other times tearing it apart when he feels pushed away. Abby Newman is both Newman and Abbott. She was conceived after Ashley Abbott secretly used Victor's frozen sperm sample, and for years, she believed Brad Carlton was her father. When the truth surfaced, Abby took the Newman name while keeping strong ties to the Abbott family. Early adult life featured her naked heiress stunts, lawsuits against Victor for her trust fund, and a reality show dream. Recent stories reshaped her as a businesswoman and the mother of her son, Dominic. Abby's dual heritage lets her bridge two rival clans, giving Victor an unexpected line of connection to the Abbotts he still spars with.